Good afternoon to all the respected members of State Forum and Honorable Ma'am. Today we are going to discuss about Azolla production. I think most of you didn't know about Azolla. What is Azolla? So before discussing Azolla, we are going to know that about 2.4% of geographical area is present in India as compared to whole world. From this, we had 11.6% of livestock production or population. Due to this, all the unbearable burden of green manuring are coming over India. So, for the option for green manuring, Azolla is the best option. Sir, please. So first of all, we discuss what is Azolla. Azolla is nothing but a aquatic floating fern which floats on the water bodies and the surface of water bodies. Okay. It appears as a green man. Have you seen there are more water bodies like lakes and stagnated waters where algae acquires whole surface area of water bodies and it looks like a green mat. Same things appear in Azolla. The all over the surface of water bodies are acquired by Azolla. If we put Azolla in the water bodies, they will multiply fastly and grow in around 7 to 15 days. Next, it also suppresses the tender weeds. Tender weeds, what happens? It will on the water bodies, it will cover the whole water bodies, which creates a disturbance of sunlight to whole weed. Hence, weed do not get direct sunlight, due to which photosynthesis of weeds affected and due to which the weeds growth will stop. After that, there are more numbers of farmers at Konkan region which use Azolla in their paddy field directly. And what happens at paddy field? Puddling practices takes place. Puddling practices in which the muds are created with the help of stagnant water. So, at that time, after transplanting of rice in the field, this Azolla culture can be inserted in that rice field because there is a stagnant stable water for Azolla production. Due to insertion of Azolla, there are fixation of nitrogen takes place in many ways. Azolla is not a single organism. Azolla having one more extra organism with it. It is known as a cyanobacteria or blue bean algae. Specifically, it is known as Anabaena azulea, which is present in the Azolla. We can also use Azolla as a green manure. I will discuss green manure next slide. Next slide. First of all, we will discuss about the structure of Azolla. There is a simple structure for Azolla, single stem with number of laterals and that laterals have number of leaves. The leaf having ventral lobe. If we imagine the palm as a leaf, the ventral lobe is thin and the dorsal lobe will be thick and it is greenish in color with reddish shades. Due to green in color, it will lead to photosynthesis in the Azolla. So energy is created with the help of green color. We all know that green color appears due to chlorophylls. So next one is in this thick region, dorsal lobe of Azolla, which is present at the below side of leaf of Azolla, there is a cavity which is produced by which is produced by next slide, which is produced by epidermal folding. What happens when azolla development occurs? At that time, these epidermis foldings create a cavity below the surface of azolla leaf. So, in this cavity, their dimensions about 0.15 by 0.30 millimeter. In this cavity can be opened to the external environment with the help of two cell membranes. If you can see in this picture, there are two cell membranes are present which opens the cavity to external environment. It will lead to the exchange of gases from external environment to cavity. In this cavity you can see there are many gases or liquid also. So what happens? The peripheral layer of cavity is abundant with mucilaginous papillae networks. These networks stucks the anabena's body in the cavity, which leads to immobilization of different bacteria. Their nature, the anabena, these are the small bacteria which are present at the cavity, and these anabenas are stick to the membrane or peripheral layers of the cavity. What's happened actually? The cavity gives ideal microenvironment for the growth and multiplication of these anabena bacteria, which gives a favorable condition to it. It produces like a cyst. If we know that there is a cyst produced at the time of production of bacteria which are at unfavorable conditions. What happens at the production of cyst? The outer layer is produced. Inside that layer, all the bacteria are gathered and multiplied themselves in unfavorable conditions. So it is also known as heterocyst. It gives ideal microenvironment for the heterocyst. Hence it is called as heterocyst. After that, it is also called as superorganism, because azolla and anabena are both are the organisms which are multiply themselves, evolve themselves from the billions of years. They do not separated from each other from billions of years. So what's happened actually, we will see that how it can detach from each other in life cycle. I will explain that next slide. The next point is the nitrogen provides a natural fertilizer for azolla's growth. What happened? Actually, the anabena which are present in the cavities are nitrogen fixing bacteria. They take outside nitrogen or atmospheric nitrogen and fix them into the soil or into that azolla environment. This nitrogen is used by azolla to their growth, and azolla use them a habitat for their living. They both are advantageous to each other. They do not harm to each other. Hence, this organism is known as a superorganism. Thank you. Next, we will see the life cycle of azolla, in which azolla can be grown with the help of sexually or asexually both type, in which actually most of the time it is grow by sporophytes. The sporophytes which are produced, if you can see in the image, the first part is sporophyte, azolla sporophyte. In this, all the sporocarps are made from sporophytes. Sporocarps are the gametophytes of azolla. From sporocarps, there are gametes to be produced. There are two types of gametes which are produced in sporocarps. First one is megasporocarp and second one is microsporocarps. We all know that megasporocarp is a female gamete and gametophyte. female gametophyte, and the microsporocarp is male gametophyte. After the here the reason why bacteria do not detach with them from generation to generation, all the filaments of bacteria are stuck in the megasporocarp chambers. Megasporocarp is a gametophyte or gamete which used to form a next generation. In that gamete, there are formation of filaments of Anabaena bacteria. Hence, they are come and fertilize with male and female gamete. After fertilization, the new generation will produce, and that new generation will have Anabaena azuli in their cavities. This is the most important point in the azolla. This is the main point in azolla, that they are live together from billions of years. Next. Then next is advantages of azolla. What are the different advantages of azolla? Why we have to use azolla in our day-to-day life? So first one is grow wild in controlled conditions. We had seen already that if we put algae in water bodies, they will multiply themselves in multiple times, and around 7 to 15 days they will cover whole lake or whole water body or stagnated water. Same way, the azolla will grow wildly. If we put azolla in water bodies or lakes or rivers, it will cover whole surface of water. In wildly means fastly, and most of the area is covered. After that, in control condition, if in our backyard, in our gardens, we make or produce azollas, this will be in control manner. Next one is what happens. Various industrial waste water is flowed in rivers and lakes, water bodies. Azolla, if we put azolla in it, it will absorb all the heavy materials and solubilize the heavy materials. And after this industrial water, these industrial waters will be okay, and it will get purified. All the impurities which are present in that industrial water will be removed with the help of azolla. Then it is easily produced. We know that if we put in water, it will grow fast. Next one, the most important point is it fixes atmospheric CO2. It is the most important point, because if we see in the world there are only 2 or 3 organisms which create or decrease the carbon credit ratio. So what happens? It will fix the CO2, that is carbon dioxide, from the environment, and also with the help of Anabaena bacteria, it will fix atmospheric nitrogen as 1000 kg per acre per year. And with the help of, it is green in nature, it having chloroplast or chlorophyll, hence it will create photosynthesis, and in this photosynthesis we all know that oxygen is released. Surface. The next is BGA symbiote. Azolla is BGA symbiote. Blue-green algae. BGA means blue-green algae. It is also known as cyanobacteria. It is also in symbiotic relationship with azolla. The next one is it can be used as a fish food or food for poultry, and most importantly, it is used for feed of cattle. What happens? The azolla having around 25 to 30% of protein, and azolla is getting in cheapest price to every place. So we can use directly azolla in the food of chickens, in poultry. It will improve the chickens, proteins in the chickens, and reduce the cost of making chickens. Next one is feed for cattle. What happens if we apply the azolla in dry feed, mix with dry feed and feed to the cattle, or feed to the cow, it will automatically increase the milk production by 15 to 20%. These numbers are not fake, are authorized numbers. Around 15 to 20% of milk will be increased in each cow. It will increase the economy of farmer if farmer only goes through this. Next one is it will make PGR. PGR means plant growth regulators. The hormones which regulate the growth of plants are known as PGR, that is plant growth regulators, which are also formed by azolla. Azolla can form auxin, cytokinin, gibberellic acid, and ethylene. It also forms one abscisic acid. All the five PGRs are formed by azolla. It is all the farmers are using nowadays as a biofertilizer. Azolla is one of the most good biofertilizer. It is the substitute for chemical fertilizer. We carry many bags of urea in our fields and spraying all the chemicals. We have to reduce the use of chemicals like urea. This is the alternate agent for we can use as a biofertilizer for nitrogen fixation. Sir, please next. Actually, symbiote means symbiosis. I had already explained, ma'am, that if two organisms live together, but they are not harmful to each other, they are useful to each other, and lifelong they are live together. This relationship is known as, or this association is known as symbiote or symbiosis or symbiotic relationship. Blue-green algae. It is a algae which is also known as cyanobacteria. Blue-green algae. So what happened? Actually, I had done this project at the time of my graduation in BSc Agriculture. There are 4 years of BSc Agriculture. Last year, there are 2 projects. First one is module and second one is RAWE. RAWE is Rural Agriculture Working Experience. It is for minimum 4 months. I was in Chandwad, so Vadner Bhairav village. So there the farmers are carrying these materials and working on azolla also. They are more forward to us from us. So first of all, how to produce? So we had some requirements like we required azolla culture, which can be available at any KVK or any research stations or wherever the agricultural colleges, like senior colleges, BSc Agriculture colleges, it will available easily. We take azolla culture, some fine soil, which tilth is soft. We can take. After that, we have to make cow dung slurry. Take some cow dung and mix it with some amount of water in bucket. It will produce cow dung slurry. Do not use any other slurry. Do not use buffalo slurry. Do not use bullock slurry, because there are bacteria which are different. They will eat azolla directly. If we use buffalo slurry, the azolla will disappear in a week. So use only cow dung slurry. And here some chemicals we have to use, because we have to fastly grown the azolla. Hence we are using SSP, that is single super phosphate. We all know that in Irani it is called as paputa. All the farmers call it paputa. What is paputa? Is it single super phosphate? In this single super phosphate, only 16% of phosphorus takes place. Then you have a question: why we are adding SSP? Why we are not adding urea? Because if any plant we have to grow, we have to give it nitrogen. But it is a automatically nitrogen fixing bacteria in it. So there is no need to add urea in it. Directly we can add SSP, that is single super phosphate. After that, we have required a bucket. First of all, we have to do a dimension measures as our need. If we are creating this azolla, it is a pit method. We have to dig the soil. Okay. So in this method, we have to measure as our need, dimensions will taken. If our need is low, we take actually ma'am 6 by 3 feet dimension for the pit purpose. Next. So after that, we have to dig out all the soil from that pit, and it cover with only polythene paper. Next. After that, we have to just add water, powder slurry, and the SSP, that is single super phosphate.
Next.
Single super phosphate, and finally we have to add this amount of culture in it. Last. And it is the result which we had get at that time. Around 40 to 15 days, it will cover the whole surface. If anyone